We are now live. Berta.
Ads. Cringe.
For real.
Cringe.
So,
Boo.
game is now.
Boo.
I love getting my own alerts. Gotta figure out how to get things here again. Oh, that's a lucky slime. Dude, do they still only eat? Yeah, I think so. Let's
Yeah.
check it. Hey, bitch. I wish it was a golden slime, but oh well. Need to find the... Oh, I need chickens. No! That's a tragic day, boys. That's a tragic day. Dude, my tattoo is already peeling, and it is so uncomfortable. Like, I've never had a tattoo start peeling within, like, the first however many days it's been. Like, it usually takes, like, a week. And it's just not fun. I am, like, not enjoying it whatsoever. Honestly, it's probably because I didn't get to moisturize it last night.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
There wasn't much I could do about that, unfortunately. Yeah, it's rough.
Ballsy.
I was in the shower earlier, and it's just so much dead skin came off. It was rancid. I need the rooster. You guys stuff your face. Just give me the rooster. You need to stop eating the chickens. You're the key for this stuff. Let me in that job. Oh, this is the... Wait, I don't think I can get in there yet. Yeah, I need to get all the ports. Oh. I forget what ones it requires. Well, that's a honey slime. Excuse me. A rock slime. I need another... I can do that, actually. I just need to get into the other... go through the other side. I hear a tar. Right. I love how, like, this dude, these slime, they get so scared when the tar slaps around. It's the most racist shit ever.
Nice.
It's not racist, but still. I hear chickens. Get away, you stupid cat. I need the chickens, not you. Give me the chicken. The creator of this game had strictly evil intentions putting chickens in this.
Yep. Exactly.
He knew nothing good was gonna come from having chicken. You fat motherfucker! That chicken was supposed to be mine! I didn't forget. I'm so sick of these slimes thinking they have the ability to eat the chickens. Like, they're mine. Stop eating them. Whatever, bro.
I can't help it. They're just a little hungry.
Yeah, like, look at this guy. I can't be mad at this.
I mean, technically you can be.
Oh, I'm very upset with him right now. Still,
That's quite insane.
that baby chicken is lucky it ain't grown up, or else it would be fucking dead. See, here's the issue. I need chickens from the stupid slimes to feed to the fat slime. Chickens, don't be eaten. I come save you temporarily.
Temporarily.
Oh my, holy fuck! Oh my god! An unnatural quantity of chickens just spawned. God, Big Pharma's gonna come after me. Snag. 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 Don't. Ah, look at that. That. Give me the chicken. No, don't eat them. You don't need the sustenance that bad. Oh, my chicken. Okay, so that's a teleporter. Oh. Oh. There's more over here. Snag. God, I have a surplus of these things.
Snaggerino.
I do not need this many chicken. You know what?
I am one with the force and the force is with me. I am one with the force and the force is with me.
I've been playing this game almost literally half of it.
It's alright.
So?
Oh, good for you. Like, for real. Yeah, I just
I'm
can't.
having fucking fun. I'm having the time of my fucking life.
I would hope. Bye-bye, bitch. Thinking you can be all invisible on me. I see your eyeballs. You ain't slick, fool. I am not in a safe spot. Where's the map thing? That's right. Where's the big motherfucker? Yeah. Do-do. Chicken. Alright.
La lava, cha chicken.
Tried something I shouldn't have done. Where am I fucking going? Bit. That? Egg. I make that. Ow, ow. You can't, you know what? No, you all go. You just go to the. Pardon the question if this thing ever actually existed. I don't know how I found it the first time. What was I? Dude, I must have been in X Games mode or something. What's up here? Oh, it's a massive slime. How am I struggling to find this thing? It's like literally criminally massive. I should have just fed it once so it popped up on my map. Where is this guy? I'm gonna have to pull up a map. That is exactly what we were doing. Nope, not a video. Images. It was this one. Oh, go back. Magnify image. That'd probably help my cause a little bit if I actually had the map discovered, but he's right there. How am I? I'm just slow. Clock. Where's that chicken? Oh my god, he was invisible. I hate this game. Forgot they could go. Are you serious? Now how do I get there? That's just irritating. Okay, so we're just not gonna keep climbing. You fat kid cat. Oh, you can't be this hungry. Oh shit, I wasted a chicken. Give me that slime key. Ah. Don't want carrot. That was a waste of my time. I still just don't. Oh, there it is. That's what I wanted. There we go. Shaman's been shadowing. Well. How did you hit me? Actually impressive. Let me actually. I need to stockpile the chicken gun. What are we thinking, Andy? Do you think? Wait, actually, let me see what the quest is for. Mochi Miles. Do that right now. Actually, build. Do that. Perfect. Give me my chicken back. No, not this. What are carrots? Oh, these guys are more important. Alright, Andy, do you think this is PETA approved?
I'm not I don't see your stream.
Tragic. No, a chicken. Poor animal. Shit, my mangoes. Oh, man, I need to lock in. Sweet.
Mhm.
Shit, I had fruit for him. That sucks. Give him more. Did I already open this?
My game just crashed.
That's terrible. Did
The game you have to save
Alright.
in.
Alt F4. Okay. Alright, where is Control Alt Delete? Where is there it is. Task. Alright, well, I think that's probably a good place to call it for the night.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
For the game. I'm not gonna get off just a second.
man, good man.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Well,
Oh, rude.
You're rude. Yeah, that's right. You're fucking rude.
I would never say that to you. For chance.
You wanna bet? You wanna bet?
I need to get a ton of vegetables in.
Okay, then I mean just lobotomize a bunch of people. Easy enough.
Okay, you know what? That's a crazy statement. I swear.
But am I wrong though?
No, you are not.
Exactly.
Just get rid of the star off my screen, please. I don't have a plort.
But are you sure about that?
I was really gonna make me look at a plort. Fucking get the star off my
Alright,
screen.
I'm now watching your streams. There you go, bud.
Oh, would you like to see the PETA approved?
Sure, I guess.
Chicken.
Dude, I don't think that's PETA approved.
Who knows?
That would be like Tyson saying like, "Oh yeah, this is free range chickens," even though literally all it is just a gigantic.
Hmm.
And by gigantic, I mean like only like 75 square feet or something like that. And then like there's like thousands of chickens in that, and it's quote unquote considered free range because it's not in a fucking house.
W.
It's not W because that's
Oh.
how diseases easily fucking spread, and that's the reason why salmonella still exists.
Bro, I've never caught it.
Yeah, but still. Penis erectoides.
Do a flip.
Do a funny little flip, eh? This live stream is brought to you by
gamers.
because we're all retard. Sorry, I had to cut myself off there.
For chance.
No, there's no chance. I had to cut myself off there. Otherwise, Twitch would ban your ass.
For chance.
There's no perchance they would have, and you know it damn well.
Yeah, they would, because they're racist to Canadians.
I just find it funny that you're a Canadian.
All right.
What is
Dude,
it?
get
Isn't
this play site thing off of my screen. I understand.
you just have to place it? Why not?
I
Why
don't
haven't you
have
placed
one.
it
I don't
yet?
have one.
Then fucking get one.
I can't do pork.
I'm too poor. Eric Poitus McDoitus. That's how I feel about you.
Dang. Even these vegetables.
What you know about Higgsfield? What you know about the God particle?
What?
The God particle?
Actually, I know what that is.
The Higgs boson God particle? Hello?
I like how you saying it over and over again really explains to me what it is.
Oh my God. It was a theoretical what is it? Atom that was supposed to exist. It's pretty much what like anyways, it was theorized and no one was able to like actually prove it until the giant hadron collider in Switzerland accidentally made it. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure. So, and also that I think it technically proves that dark matter exists, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. Listen, I'm fucking tired. Okay, don't. Yeah.
Just a bunch of scientists chat.
Listen, if you want anything about gaming, I got you, homeboy. But besides that,
Explain the entirety of Zelda lore.
Okay, so in the beginning, there's this goddess called there's three golden goddesses. You have the one of them who created the earth and everything in it, one who created life, plants, things like that, and then one who created humanity, right?
Like,
Eventually, they randomly disappear because of the plot, and they leave behind this golden MacGuffin called the Triforce, if you're able to get all three pieces assembled into one place and you touch it, it'll grant you any one wish that you so desire.
dude, it's like
So
the Dragon
there's-
Balls.
So there's this demon guy called oh my god, what's his name? Hang on.
So,
No.
Voltron.
Dude, no. Shut the fuck up. I think it's Demise. Yeah. There's this demon king called Demise, right? He wants it because he wants to control world, wants power, basic, evil guy stuff, BBEG guy stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Then there's this lesser goddess called Goddess Hylia, who, in her final desperation because she's at war with the Demon King Demise, sends the last of humanity on a little tiny plot of land up into the Sky Islands, right?
Good time.
And while she and the rest of her goons like try and face off against Demise, even though she knows she loses, she then, with her last dying breath, ends up sealing him in some weird fucking creature thing. It's hard to explain. You have to play the games. I'm butchering this so badly. Fast forward a couple centuries. There's this random. Oh yeah, centuries, dude. So there's this cool dude named Linkus, right?
Linkus Pinkus. I think I've heard of him once or
Linkus.
twice.
He's in this school to make Sky Knights, right? Because Sky Knights are like all the rage. It's pretty much like joining the army, you know?
Type, yeah.
So he joins this school and he befriends the principal's daughter, whose name is Zelda. Where was I gonna go with this? Oh yeah, so he befriends and has a quote unquote maybe romantic interest in her, right?
Maybe
And
it's
so
crazy.
the big graduation celebration is coming up, right? So
Right.
what he has to do is he competes in it. After some shenanigans happen with his bully named Groose. We're not gonna talk about that. Groose is a Chad though. Groose is a
crazy name.
Chad. It's a crazy name, but he's also a Chad. Comes out later on. So he competes into getting this golden idol because that's how like they graduate or something like that. Like, oh no, what was it? It was like it was graduation day, but it was also like some sort of rehearsal of like the goddess Hylia and her heroes defending humanity or some BS like that, right?
Sense.
And who the winner ends up it's some sort of complicated thing. I'm just gonna boil it down to you pretty much go on a date with whoever plays as the goddess Hylia.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's Zelda. Oh
How'd
my
I
god.
know? I
So Link wins, he goes on this quote unquote date, right? And then this little funny thing happens where a tornado
blaze
appears
the
out of
pipe. Oh,
no, where this tornado appears out of fucking nowhere and sucks no, not like that, you fucking degenerate. Sucks her down onto the surface world. Meanwhile, Link gets flung back up onto the Skyloft, which is the name of the Sky Island. So he explains this to the principal and everything. The principal's like, "Don't worry, we'll get her. We'll get her. We'll send out an expedition and everything." So you go to sleep that night to recover, you know, because you're completely exhausted, right?
yeah, makes sense. Makes
Out
sense.
of nowhere, you wake up in the middle of the night and there's this blue fucking ghost that's just like, "Yo,
What's
you
up,
want to save
brother?
her? Follow me." And so you follow her through fucking the back streets at night. Eventually, you enter the local statue of the goddess, right?
Makes sense.
And inside it is a sword that is supposed to seal all evil, including demise. And so now you're chosen to be you're pretty much the chosen one. Luke Skywalker type of thing. We're like, oh my god, you can wield the Master Sword and you can defeat demise and blah 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 blah. Right?
W.
So you go on this grand quest of trying to find Zelda, which happens a couple of times, and then she has to, you know, leave you because of plot related reasons. So you go through this oogly boogly side quest of go to a new area, try and find Zelda, or find hints of where Zelda would be, and then
Big slime.
yeah, you pretty much just try and continue on with that. While you're continuing on with your quest, you also upgrade the Master Sword like 3 times. It's called the Goddess's Sword, but it becomes the Master Sword, right?
Yeah. Time.
There's some weird time shenanigans that happen that I really don't want to fucking get into because it creates like a weird paradox thing where pretty much like Zelda ends up becoming the goddess Hylia, and then which is it's confusing. Anyways, you do all of that, you eventually get her. However, surprise surprise, the main antagonist who you've been going on who you fight a couple of times, he revives the big bad demise, and it turns out that he's his fucking sword. That's right. So when you try and fight the big bad guy, yeah, one guy turns into a sword because plot reasons or something. I don't know.
That makes perfectly good sense, actually.
Yep. So then you go into a final showdown with Demise, you know, trying to end this once and for all. Eventually, you kill him. Before he dies, though, and is sealed inside the Master Sword, he lays a curse on both you and Zelda, saying that
I always
spirit-
come back. Like,
pretty much, he's like, every once in a while, I'll reincarnate into someone, and I will fucking kill you one day or something like that, right? So with that being said, yeah, whatever. At the end of the journey, because you had to get the Triforce in this.
Yeah.
So at the end of all of that, because Demise had power, he stole it at some point. I don't remember when. With all 3 of them, you eventually go back to Skyloft, and at the goddess statue, because you know that's just where it is. You place down the Master Sword inside of it, so that way future heroes will be able to use it to defeat the reincarnated Demise and save the reincarnated Zelda, because he cursed you, Zelda, and himself. Big shocker.
Bro hit him with
And
the kamikaze curse.
and then Linkus uses his wish to bring Skyloft back down to Earth, and human population begins. Fast forward another couple centuries, and now we're in Ocarina of Time, and that's all I'm gonna say for now.
That's all the game
And that's
known
all.
for man.
Yep. I literally only described Skyward Sword, and I do not feel like going through Ocarina of Time, but then the branching timelines. That's no. I mean, unless you really want me to.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So in Ocarina of Time, right? You're as Linkus II, not his actual name. Name pending. You are in a village full of Kokiri, which are basically elves, but not. It's really fucking.
Did you just see that? Did you just see that? I just no clipped.
That was funny.
What in the back?
It almost went into the back rooms. Anyways, so you're a Kokiri, right? So pretty much they're like child fairies that can never age, so they never get to adult. Insert pedophilia joke here.
Live.
So, as Linkus, you feel like you've never really belonged here because every Kokiri gets a fairy at like the age of 10 or something like that. Well, you're like 13, 14, and you still yet to receive your fairy. So you, because you feel like you're an outcast, which spoiler alert, I'll explain that later. You decided that you want to talk to the Great Deku Tree and see if you can leave and explore for yourself, or just ask him, hey, why haven't I got a fairy yet, right?
Yeah, type.
That was the original plan. However, you oversleep the next day, and instead, what happens?
You get a
fairy knocks
Pikachu.
you. No, a fairy knocks you awake called Navi, right?
Yeah.
Navi tells you that, hey, good old Deku Tree wants to see you. So, after scavenging around, getting a sword and a shield because, you might be going on a grand adventure now. Because that's what you dreamed of. So you go talk to the Great Deku Tree. The Deku Tree tells you, hey, I know you want to leave. If you want to leave, I need you to defeat the demon that's inside of me. He opens up his mouth, and you go inside of him.
Pause.
That's what she said. You go inside of him, and you defeat the big bad that's been trapped inside of him by a... Can you guess who? Demise's reincarnation called Ganondorf. Spoiler alert.
What's Gandalf?
Ganondorf. Because he was trying to get a sacred pendant so he can get access to the sacred realm, which is where the Triforce is, because he wants to wish for his people to be prosperous instead of the Hylians. Little spoiler alert, little fast forwarding. So the Great Deku Tree was actually hiding this orb, or this little medallion, I guess, and he was testing you to see if you may be the one prophesized as defeating the reincarnated Demise, right? So you go on, you defeat the giant spider that's inside of him. Yeah, it's a quote-unquote spider. It's not really, but it pretty much is. You do that. He's like, all right, I'm giving you on a quest. You must find the 3 pendants from here, in the Fish People's City, and in the Rock People's City.
And then you get to go
And he
bowling.
gives you... No, not yet. Not yet. He then gives you the grass gem, the grass badge, as you then go out to try and get the rock and water badge, right?
What in the Pokemon?
On your way there, because you don't know exactly... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, so he gives you that. No, he does not give you that quest. Instead, he actually tells you to go meet the princess, as she will give you a quest that you're destined to fulfill or whatever. So he goes to the, local town that's outside of the forest.
Yep.
Meets Princess Zelda by literally sneaking through the fucking castle gates and all the guards and shit. And she's like, she's peeping on her father, right? Not like that. She's peeping on her father through a meeting, right?
Oh god,
And she's
so
like,
scary.
yo, come check this out. This guy is scary. And who is he meeting with? Ganondorf, because they want peace. You
Yep.
see, Ganondorf is part of the Sand People's village, right?
Mhm.
And because he's part of the Sand Village, that means that, he doesn't have many resources. So he's trying to, strike up a little deal, being like, hey, I won't attack you if you give us some fair trades, So that's what he's there for. So you're spying on him, and then eventually he turns and looks at you, sending you a death glare of like, I know you're watching me, boy. Right? So Zelda is like, yo, that guy's kind of scary. And then she's the one who gives you the quest of finding the rock and water badge. After you tell her the whole story of the great tree wanted me to go on this crazy ass adventure, or whatever the fuck I said. I don't even remember.
Oh, yeah.
So then you have a choice of tackling whichever one you want first. So which one do you want to hear about first? You want to hear about the water people, or you want to hear about the rock people?
Great Fairy Fountain. Oh, I know about the rock people, bro. That boss was a bitch.
You know about the Gorons?
Dude, I hated that shit.
The Dongos? Alright, so I guess we'll do the rock people. So you go up to Death Mountain, right? And you meet the king there as he's dancing celebratorily. So you're like, yo,
You meet your
can I
flute.
get that rock badge? And he's like, hey fam, you can get this rock badge if you go defeat our dragon problem. And you're like, I bet, where do I gotta go? He's like, you gotta go to the local temple. And you're like, I bet. So you go through the local temple, you defeat the fucking dragon, and then he's like, you know what? You're pretty aight in my books. And then he gives you the rock badge. So with the water people, you have to do some oogly boogly water parkour bullshit, right?
Mhm.
You meet with the king of all the water people. Sounds racist. You meet with the king of all the water people. He's like, hey, if you find my daughter because she's fucking missing, I'll give you the water gem after, you ask him for the water gem. And so you're like, I bet. And you're like, where was she last located? And he's
Didn't see
like,
what the-
yeah,
I don't know.
my great 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 grandfather, who's a primordial being, fucking ate her. And you're like, I bet. So, in order to get eaten by this fucker and not Vord, right? You put down a couple of fish right in front of him. He sucks that shit in. He goes, right?
Yeah.
So then you get launched inside this fucker's stomach. And when you go through there, halfway through, you meet the daughter, and she's like, "Hey, I have the water gem. You escort me out of here, and I will give it to you." But Baka. That's a secret Muscator language for later. So you go through his stomach. You eventually beat the ulcer that was inside of it, because that's what was making him go feral. Mind you, yeah, that's the reason why he ate his great granddaughter.
Reasonable crash out.
So then you go to the surface, right? And then you're like, hey yo, fine shite, can I get that water gem? And she's like, I bet. And she gives you the water gem. What you don't know is this is actually technically her proposal, and by you accepting it, that means that you are now legally her fiance.
That's crazy.
We'll get into this later. And by get into this later, I mean it's never brought up again. So, with the 3 magic Geminis, you go back to the castle town.
Yeah.
But however, on your way there, right at the gate to the castle town, you see Princess Zelda and her bodyguard rapidly escaping on a horse. What happens though is that she throws an ocarina into the moat nearby, right? That'll be important later. And by important later, I mean literally in 5 seconds. So who's chasing them? Ganondorf, because he, spoiler alert and fucking plot twist, is the big bad, and he is overthrowing the fucking government. He literally pulled a Piccolo. I'm not a big fan of the government.
Yeah.
So, he then blasts you down because you kind of stand in the way of, like, you know, him going after them. So he blasts you away, and then he continues to go after them. You jump in the moat, and then you get the magical MacGuffin, the Ocarina of Time. That is only
I feel
used for
like-
this.
I feel like
That's
that
not
would make
even
a
fucking
good
used for
game
much.
title.
Yeah, gee, I wonder. So you go to the Temple of Time, where it is theorized of if you place the 3 pendants in the specific 3 pendant shaped fucking pillar. No, it's not a pillar, it's like an altar. Or if you place the 3 gems into the gem shaped altar, something magical might happen. So you do that, then you play this mysterious song that you somehow learned through touching the ocarina, which is showing Zelda playing a specific song. Don't ask me, I don't understand this either. Anyways, you play this song, right? Ooh, magical door opens up. Ooh, what's this on a pedestal? The Master Sword. You pull it. 7 years pass by.
That's crazy. Hold on. Before you continue, put my stream volume on and just listen to the noise.
Okay, give me a second. Okay.
Okay, you can continue now.
It's funny. Where was I at? Oh yeah, so 7 years pass. You wanna know why 7 years pass? Because your child body cannot contain the absolute aura that was in the sword, right? Oh, by the way, when you also open that sword, you also open the realm to the god's realm, where the fucking Triforce is, right?
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Ganondorf was behind you this entire time, so that means you pretty much just led him to the Triforce, and he was able to make his wish of fuck this world, send it to shit and chaos, right?
W Ganondorf.
So not only do you go 7 years into the future, meaning that you do not have a single childhood at all, you do not have your childhood anymore, but you also plunge the world into pretty much the apocalypse.
W Link.
So now Link in the sacred realm / not sacred realm meets this old wise sage called Rauru, I think that's his name, who's the sage of light, right?
Yeah.
And how do I want to say this? So he pretty much tells you that, hey, if we want to defeat Ganondorf, you're gonna have to go on this crazy oogly boogly adventure and free all the other 6 sages, because there's a total of 7.
Okay.
And so he's like, you're gonna have to go to all the corners of Hyrule and find them and rescue them. So now Link goes on his grand adventure. He goes to the Goron place, the gigantic death fucking mountain, kills a dragon, and he successfully saves the king there. That bodyguard that I told you about with Zelda, yeah, she's hidden in a well in her home village, who's being controlled by like a weird ghost drummer. Yeah, don't ask me why. You defeat him and save her. Who else is there?
You want Riz?
Your fiance. Yeah, pretty much your fiance. The desert people. So even though Ganondorf was the Kanan, is actually the bad guy in that. Actually, the second in command, who normally rules whenever a male's not. Okay, I should probably explain that a little bit. So with the sand people, right? It's primarily women. That is the only ones that they give birth to. Except for every 100 years or so, they give birth to a male who automatically, no matter what, is granted the role of king. Yeah. Don't ask me why. I don't understand either.
You're the
Anyways.
same.
Huh? Okay, buddy. Alright, buddy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so normally like the second in command, yeah, so she is actually a sage. So you have to not only save her, but instead you also have to go back and forth through time a whole bunch of times because of how the temple's laid out. One section, you know, you do as a child, so you're able to open up future parts in the future, so that when you pull out the Master Sword again, you're 7 years into the future, and that shit's already open for you. Very fucking confusing. Who else is there? I'm trying to remember who are the last two. Fuck, I actually don't remember who the last two are. Who are the last two sages?
No.
No. Oh, okay. And then there's actually a total of 6 sages, so there's not 7 sages.
This guy was chatting, Richard.
And so the last one is your childhood friend when you lived in Kokiri Village, you know, the village full of like the child fairies. Yeah. For whatever reason, she's a sage. And so you go through the oogly boogly scary forest temple that everyone actually is scared of. And you save her. While also defeating the Shadow of Ganondorf. Don't ask. I don't understand. Anyways, so with all the powers of them, you're now able to fully be able to take on Ganondorf because they powered up the Master Sword, I think? Or, no, you had to get all of them, so once he's super weak, all of them being in the Sacred Realm would be able to trap him in the Sacred Realm. Even though I don't know how that works in the end, totally, but whatever. So anyways, you go... Okay, yeah, so throughout this entire time, Zelda's, like, mysteriously vanished, and instead you meet this guy named Sheik, right? And, like, he kind of helps you by giving you, like, hints for, like... Yes. Well, they pretend that they're a guy, because I'm about to get into that.
Don't say. I thought it was Zelda.
If you would have let me fucking speak, I would have told you that. So what ends up happening is that once you get all of them together, all the sages together, and you get out of the Sacred Realm, Sheik is there in the Temple of Time because that's where you always come out of whenever you get out of the Sacred Realm. He's like, hey, so don't be mad at me, but and then Poofs magically turns into Princess Zelda right before his eyes, and he's like, and then because Zelda revealed herself, she gets captured by Ganondorf. And so Ganondorf is like, hi, if you want the damsel, come on to the top of Hyrule Castle and I will fight to the death. So he goes through the oogly boogly scary maze that is Hyrule Castle, goes up there, faces Ganondorf. He kills Ganondorf. Like, just straight up kills Ganondorf. However, because the tower was also infused with his magic, because he died, that means there's no more magic holding it up, so that means that the tower is now crumbling down. So you must quickly make an escape. Small problem, you trip like a fucking dumbass, and you're about to die. However, oogly boogly plot armor happens. And so, with now the day saved, you live the rest of your life peacefully. Is what I would say if that's what happened. Instead, what happens is Ganondorf decides to say, fuck it, we ball. And he uses the power of the Triforce of Power because he obtained that, right? He uses that, and he transforms into the Beast Ganon. And so, with Beast Ganon, that means Link has to, you know, defeat him. And so that's exactly what Link does. He gives him a slash to the wrists, a slash to the cheek, and then... for a surprising finisher move, he takes the sword. No, he takes the sword and plunges it straight in between the eyeballs. Applies it directly to the forehead. Right? Kills Ganon on the spot. This time he is dead and gone because he was in his feral form. So that means he's obviously dead, right?
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. So, with that now out of the way, that means that Link has completed his journey of sealing demise, because when he actually slashed him in the head, he sealed him inside the Sacred Realm with the sage's help, because Ganon was super weak and couldn't something. And
W.
so with that, Princess Zelda, instead of, keeping Link there to keep Hyrule safe in this post-apocalyptic timeline, instead she's like, nah, I'm gonna send you back to the past, so that way you can have a childhood. And so she sends him to the past. He gets brought back to the Temple of Time because that's where that's where he always comes back from, right?
Yeah.
Except that fairy from the beginning, Navi, who's been with you throughout this entire journey, decides to say, "All right, bye bye." Doesn't even say a single word. Literally just leaves you as soon as you walk out of the temple.
What you want, actually?
So, with the knowledge of what happens in the future, and I forget exactly how you're able to show proof, but you're able to show proof somehow. You pretty much convince Zelda of like, hey, Ganondorf is gonna overthrow your father and kill him. Can we go talk to him about that? So then you go talk to him about it, right? And then Ganondorf just pretty much gets imprisoned.
Oh, well, you.
However, remember when I told you that Princess Zelda sent Adult Link back in time to become Child Link, right?
Perchance.
That created a split technically during the fight with Ganondorf, it created a split. There's now 3 different fucking timelines. There is the child timeline that takes place once Link is sent back into the past. There's the adult timeline, the timeline where adult Link is sent back to the past. That means that there is no adult Link. That means that there is no hero of time with an adult Zelda. And then there's a defeated timeline where Ganondorf actually fucking kills you during that final battle.
W. That's what we want.
I'm not pretty much it's called the Fallen timeline. Pretty much I'll describe every single game in the Fallen timeline. Post-apocalyptic, you need to find the Triforce of Wisdom and Courage, and you defeat Ganondorf like 13 fucking thousand times. With the adult timeline, which is the one where Link doesn't exist in, adult Link doesn't exist in, Ganondorf eventually comes back, and because there is no hero of time, that means that there is no one to be able to wield the Master Sword, therefore meaning that Ganondorf can do whatever the fuck he wants. And so what do the 3 goddesses do? That's right, the goddesses come back. What do? They fucking flood the entire planet.
That's
So
what you want.
It's pretty much like Noah's Ark, right?
Yeah.
Except for the fact that the only reason why you're able to live is because there's these giant islands and then there's just miles of sea.
One Piece reference.
So this leads to another 3 to 4 centuries later, where you play as Linkus the Third, not actual name trending. Where you pretty much go on this grand quest to save your sister because Ganondorf, mind you, he didn't die during like all the flooding and shit, right? He's still alive very well, like because he doesn't age because of he has a Triforce of Power, I think, and then he's able to. It's bullshit. Anyways, he pretty much has immortality. So he's trying to capture every single little girl who has blonde hair, blue eyes. That's right. He's going after the Aryan race. He's going after every single one because he thinks that out of all of them, someone is eventually bound to be Zelda. You know, the princess that's supposed to like defeat him. So if he's able to get rid of her, that means that no one's able to stop him because the hero of time, or I'm just gonna call them the hero, because the hero hasn't been seen in like 20 centuries. That means that he isn't even thinking about that. Like, he's never gonna come. So you go on this grand quest, right? Because your sister has blue hair, blonde hair, blue eyes, right?
Yeah, W.
So Linkus the Third, goes on a grand quest, becomes a pirate for a little bit, meets a interesting woman called Tetra. We'll get back to her. And just goes on this grand adventure trying to find where his sister is. He goes through all the hijinks and blah 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 blah. Eventually, he finds his sister in the cave where Ganondorf is, right?
Yeah.
Well, problem. He can't defeat Ganon with just any sword, so he needs to go to Old Hyrule, which is like miles underwater. to retrieve the Master Sword because for whatever reason the goddesses thought, you know, it'd be really fucking funny if we didn't put the Master Sword on top, like thousands of miles above the water. So, with the help of his magical red boat, I don't want to get in. Well, I am going to get into it eventually. He's able to go to Old Hyrule that is somehow frozen in time. I wonder if that's a coincidence or something. And he finds the Master Sword, picks it up, and then he goes on to try and defeat Ganon. So he rolls back up on Ganondorf, right? Small little problem. The Master Sword is technically sealed at the moment, so that means it's not able to absorb any of Ganondorf's evilness. So that means that he has to go through trials and tribulations to get the sword to awaken. Once he does, spoiler alert, he's now gonna go try and face Ganon. But plot twist, remember that pirate that I talked about earlier, Tetra? Yeah, turns out she's actually Princess Zelda. What? That's right. Who would have fucking thought? So now that Ganondorf knows this because he has eyes and ears everywhere, he naps Tetra, who's in her Zelda form. Pretty much what happens is that when she's exposed to the Triforce of Wisdom, she becomes Princess Zelda. How does it make any sense? I do not know. So Linkus being Linkus, he decides like, I bet I'm pulling up. So he pulls up, right? And he goes through this big oogly boogly battle fight. Mind you, this fight is happening in underwater Hyrule because Ganondorf is like, I want this land back. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna take the Triforce, the true Triforce from everyone because Linkus has it and Zelda has it, right? He's gonna kill both of them. So that way both Triforces would appear. He's then going to expunge his Triforce out and he's going to be like, "Aight, remove all this fucking water." Well, that doesn't happen. Link also stabs his Master Sword, giggity, into the head, directly to the forehead of Ganondorf. Ganondorf becomes to stone and Old Hyrule then starts to actually sink and be destroyed because of reason. I don't remember. Because of reasons. That pretty much ends the adult timeline. So with the child timeline, we pick right up after the Hero of Time, right? So after Linkus II loses Navi, he decides to go on a quest to try and find Navi, to get Navi back because he misses that toxic relationship. So he goes through the Lost Woods. And the special thing about the Lost Woods is that you're always going to be lost no matter what, unless you know a certain guide. Otherwise, you'll end up just being lost in there forever, right? Yeah. Well, he assumes that's where Navi went after the giant the giant tree king, right? Remember him? Yeah. After he died, that's where like all the fairies and stuff now live. So he goes on that funny little adventure there. However, he meets this weird Skull Kid, which Skull Kids are pretty much children who get lost into the Lost Forest for a really long time, end up becoming. It's this weird Japanese myth that's based off of that I really don't want to get into. He meets this weird Skull Kid who has a funny little mask on and has two different fairies following him. One named Tattle, one named Tail. Tail. He ends up, I forget exactly how he does this, but he ends up like taking Linkus's horse, and he ends up also taking his ocarina too. So Link, obviously wanting the ocarina and his horse back, obviously follows after the Skull Kid. Eventually he tries to find him, and then he ends up in this gigantic tree. Not the giant tree that was talking, but just a regular husk, empty giant tree. He falls down it, and who does he meet? Skull Kid. But Skull Kid said that he sold his horse for rubles, because he's fucking Soviet or something, I don't know. and he's like, you know what? Thanks for following me, kid. Here's a curse. And then he turns him into a Deku Scrub.
What you want, actually.
Yeah, exactly, that is what you want.
How did you get out?
So, so as a Deku Scrub, Link can't do anything because, you know, he doesn't have opposable thumbs.
Hmm.
So he tried to find Skull Kid in this new town that he sees after he explores the giant dead tree.
Makes sense.
Can't find that Skull Kid, right? So I'm just reading your chat. Dude says, "Unk, go to bed." That's crazy.
Go to bed, bro. That's my brother.
Dude, that's funny. That's
He's
funny.
like 2 hours away right now. That's hilarious.
Dude, that's actually funny.
Why are you awake? How are you telling me to go to bed if you're awake?
He can't hear you right now because you have ads playing.
Oh my.
Anyways, oh, never mind.
Oh, I don't know.
Bro, I don't know.
Oh no, that's no bueno. That's really no bueno, actually.
That is no bueno. What the fuck? Okay, what was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so he was trying to find the Skull Kid. He can't find the Skull Kid, right?
Yeah.
So he just fucks around in the town for like 3 days,
Too hot.
and
Go to the pool. Go swim.
fucks around in this town for 3 days
Yeah.
until it's the big celebration, and for whatever reason the clock tower opens up, and so he goes up to the clock tower because he saw Skull Kid went there. Sees Skull Kid, takes back his ocarina, right? However, here's the funny part. Skull Kid is actually commanding the moon to like crash into the earth, right?
Hmm.
And so Skull Kid's fairies tell Link to find the giants in the 4 corners of the world,
Listen, look.
because they will stop they'll stop the moon from destroying everything.
Yeah.
So Linkus remembers the Song of Time from his time at, you know, with all the fucking time travel bullshit. So he plays it, right? Because normally in Ocarina of Time it would never work. Or at least never work the way that you would think it would work. This time it actually works. Like, it actually sends him back in time 3 days into the past. And so now, with knowing how to stop Skull Kid, Linkus now sets off on an adventure to find the 4 giants. So he goes to each temple, fulfills whatever stupid trials that are there, right?
Mhm.
And he summons the four giants, while also doing like a lot of fucking side quests along the way that I'm not even gonna talk about because there's way too many of them. Those chickens are gonna fucking die.
Dude, those chickens are fucked. Dude, easy.
So he defeats all the bad people that are stopping the 4 giants from stopping the moon. And then once time comes and the moon starts crashing into the world, Linkus plays a special song that he was taught by the giants to summon them when the moon is about to crash into the earth. He summons the giants. However, that's not enough. So Majora, as in the mask that is on Skull Kid, the mask that is on Skull Kid, pops off of Skull Kid and is like, "You're a worthless fucking host. I hope you fucking kill yourself and die."
Yeah.
And then he goes inside the fucking moon, and the moon ends up getting like a fucking berserker's rage and starts like trying to crush the giants. So Linkus, being the hero that he is, he's like, "Fuck it, I need to do something," and so he does something by literally going also inside the moon. And this is where like, this is more like gameplay thing, where like if you know you got all the masks in the game, you get like the hero's deity mask, which is like kind of symbolic because it's blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. So pretty much, Linkus ends up facing Majora's Mask, an actual fucking just mask that has evil powers or something. And he beats it, and he gives it back to the man who it originally belonged to. and he ends his journey of trying to find Navi because he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done with this. So fast forward a century later.
Oh, yeah.
Fast forward a century later, we now have another Linkus the Fourth this time. He's just a simple little farm boy who lives technically in a different country than Hyrule. And he lives there with like his uncle, I think it is.
What you want?
Anyways, he just turned, I think it was like 16 or 17. He's an older Link.
Hmm.
Or Linkus, I should say. And his uncle is supposed to bring stuff into the Hyrulean castle town the next day, and he's wondering if Link could do it instead because something came up and he's not able to do it. So Linkus, being our ever favorite silent protagonist, says, "Sure, I can go do that." I can't remember. I think, was it the night before? I think it was later that night, or it was the next. Fuck, what was it? I'm forgetting this timeline really fucking bad because I didn't really play Twilight Princess that much. We're just gonna say it was later that night. Later that night, fucking weird goblin creatures attack his village and like steal his childhood friend, I think it was. So Link obviously goes on an adventure to try and save her.
The electricity fun.
Fuck.
Oh.
How does Twilight Princess go? Fuck. I think he ends up getting knocked out by the guy, like near like a serene little pond.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Which is yeah, he gets up knocked out near a serene little pond, which is where his childhood best friend was. So his childhood best friend is taken by the goblins as like a prisoner, right? Once Link wakes up, he sees this one of the sees like a spirit guardian, I think it was called, or it was some sort of guardian. Anyways, this guardian pretty much tells him, hey, you're the chosen hero, descendant of the hero of time. You're gonna kind of need to sort of go on an adventure here soon in a hot ass fucking minute. So Link, being Link, is like, I bet, let's do this. And they give him the special hero's tunic, which is like a tunic that's been passed down through the royal bloodline through centuries or some bullshit. He saves his childhood best friend and he goes to Castletown because he heard something spooky happen there, that like the town is cast in permanent twilight and that it was attacked by weird alien-like creatures. On his way there, he has to cross this great bridge. However, the bridge is like cut off or something like that, and he has like this weird little fucking portal he has to go through. So he goes through it. He ends up in the Tweely dimension. Tweely? Goes into the Twilight dimension, basically. He pretty much enters the Twilight Zone, right?
Ends up you.
Permanent twilight everywhere. There's weird ass fucking creatures and everything. Yeah, here's a small problem. Any normal person who goes through there tends to fucking die. However, because he is the chosen hero who was born with the Triforce of Courage, don't ask me why or how. I don't fucking know.
Why though?
I said don't ask me
Okay,
that,
but how is he
fucker.
born with it?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay, but why?
I don't know. Anyways, because he has the Twilight of Courage, the Twilight of Courage.
Oh.
Because he has the Triforce of Courage on him, or in him, or whatever the fuck verb, pronoun, whatever you want to say. That doesn't happen to him, and instead he turns into a fucking wolf. like a full-on
Oh, he's a
wolf.
sick.
Not furry, not furry. I mean like an actual wolf on all fours, cannot be bipedal.
Sounds
He gets
kinky.
knocked out. He meets this weird little fucking midget witch called Minna. And with her help, he's able to fucking escape this Twilight dimension and is able to continue on his journey. He's able to escape the Twilight dimension and then go to Castle Town, where he learns that the princess is vanished and is missing. So now he has to go on a quest to try and fucking find her. Along the way, honestly, I'm butchering this really badly because I haven't played much Twilight Princess, so I'm very sorry if I get a lot of this wrong.
You're not forgiven. I'm just
Okay, buddy. You're fucking done. What do I want to say next? He goes on, adventure, taking out, evil baddies and other shit like that. Because all these bosses are dropping pieces of a thing called, like, the Twilight Mask or something like that.
Mhm.
Which is pretty much what the Twilight King, who launched the attack on Princess Zelda, called Zan? It begins with a Z. I forget what his name is.
That's
I'm
great.
just gonna call him Z because it's way easier. Where Z wants it because he'll be able to fucking control the people of the Tweely dimension or something like that.
Mhm.
And so then it becomes a race of not only trying to find out where the fuck Princess Zelda is, but also trying to get all the fucking Twilight Mask parts. So that way they're able to stop him, and Minna says that she'll be able to use it to get rid of him or something like that. So pretty much you go through all the dungeons, get all the pieces, and once you get all of them, who shows up? Z. And what does he do? He takes all the pieces for himself. Ooh, spooky. However, because Minna was already... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, so he tries to take them. But instead, Minna ends up putting all the pieces on and makes a helmet, puts it on, and tries to kill him. It backfires because Z is a sneaky, conniving little shitbag. And so what ends up happening instead is that Minna ends up becoming severely, severely weak, right?
Yeah.
So Link then needs to seek out aid. So he meets a person who ends up who's actually Princess Zelda, right?
Well, why does he want AIDS? Solo drifting. Hello.
Welcome to story time.
That's a terrible time for you to say. Why does he want AIDS?
Anyways, so Minna needs to get healed, right? So he meets someone, right? Turns out it's Princess Zelda. Crazy, right?
Talking about the Legend of Zelda lore, because
And how badly I'm fucking butchering it.
Andolph here is really bad at storytelling.
I'm not bad at storytelling, okay? I'm just tired. There's a difference. Anyways, here's Minna, right? Fuck, where does it go from here?
I don't know.
I know, it's a rhetorical question. I'm asking this myself.
Well, maybe you should ask yourself the question first.
For real.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah, but why'd you ask us?
He was speaking out loud.
Yo, solo drifting. Oh, this guy's chat.
Tell
Tell him.
You know what? Anyways, they end up killing the king, and who was actually being influenced by Ganondorf. Surprise, big twist, and because Ganondorf somehow was alive. I don't remember, even though he got like shanked 37 times in the chest.
That's a lightweight number. A casual
Light works, no
Tuesday
reaction.
afternoon.
Casual Tuesday, okay, buddy. So then he ends up having to, defeat Ganondorf, defeats Ganondorf. Midna ends up becoming the rightful heir to all of her people, and she
That's
stops all the portals going to the Twilight Zone from appearing in the overworld. The end.
Yep.
At least that's what I would say. If it didn't happen for centuries after that, right? We have Breath of the Wild, right? And by when I mean centuries, I mean like 20 centuries after that.
I could have just said 2,000 years, but it's okay. There's
2,000 years, 20,000 years. How about that?
Mm.
So you play as Linkus the Fifth, right?
okay, W.
Yep. So I'm not even gonna talk about the Fallen Timeline because that's way too fucking much.
I want to
So
hear it
Linkus
now.
the Fifth. No, because all the games are simple and are kind of boring and they don't really fit in place. Anyways, with Breath of the Wild, right? You
Or
wake
didn't
up as
choose
Linkus the
himself.
Fifth. You wake up as Linkus the Fifth from a resurrection tube, or not resurrection tube, a resurrection pod, right? Don't have a single memory of what the fuck happened, right? So you wake up to a mysterious voice telling you, "Hey, you need to wake the fuck up, samurai. You have places to burn." So you wake up on this gigantic fucking plateau that's probably easily like a mile in the sky. You meet this mysterious old man who tells you, "Hey, you should like explore this place to try to remember who you are and everything." Clearly, definitely not subtly foreshadowing that he definitely knows who Linkus is.
Chance.
So Linkus, explores the plateau, completes a couple of trials, gains another health container. That's when the old man is like, "Ha, you thought I was an old man? Psych, it's me, King
EDD.
Hyrule." No,
Oh,
King
tragic.
Hyrule. Yep. I'm not gonna say his full name because I'm not gonna butcher that.
Oh, no.
King Hyrule, right? He tells Link to meet him at the highest point on the plateau because he has something special that he needs to tell him. So Link goes up to this high point and he explains everything that has happened 100 years ago. After 20 centuries after the last game, 100 years ago, there was the Great Calamity, which has been foreshadowed for the past like, I don't know, 5 centuries or something like that. It happened. It actually happened earlier than what was actually expected. In that it completely wrecked the entire kingdom, leaving it post-apocalyptic, and that he was able to gain control of the giant beasts known as the Guardians.
Creative name.
They're not called the Guardians, but they're called. Fuck, what are they called? Oh my god, what are they called? Oh my god, what? Oh my god, dude, I'm actually fucking losing that.
Those two.
That's awkward. I don't know why my B button is working like that. They're called the Divine Beasts. That's what it is. Okay, I remember now. They're called the Divine Beasts. He was able to take control of these Divine Beasts, which were originally supposed to defeat Ganondorf, but instead Ganondorf took them over, right?
Yeah.
And also their gigantic robot army that they also found and re-implemented into their army. And during that time, Linkus ended up getting mortally wounded, so Princess Zelda ended up taking him to this resurrection chamber, so that way, eventually, once he gets better, he would be able to be fully revived and be able to take out the Calamity. Meanwhile, she went back to actually contain Calamity Ganon, who we'll talk about in a second. So, King Hyrule tells you to defeat the beast. Well, your main overall goal is to defeat Calamity Ganon, But if you want an easier time, defeat the divine beasts, right? So this is where technically two different possibilities play out. This is more gameplay wise than lore wise. Either you go straight to the castle and you try and take on Calamity Ganon, or you go through all four corners of the world, what is it? Liberate the divine beasts. So that way, once you go take on Calamity Ganon, it's actually a lot easier than not.
Makes sense.
So, just for the sake of this being a more cohesive retelling of the story, we're just gonna say that you went to the divine beasts. So the first divine beast is, which mind you can take these on any order gameplay wise, but to make this cohesive, I'm just gonna do it the order that I always do. So the first one you go to the giant desert that's in the southwest of the map, I think. Go to the southwest of the map where there's just nothing but arid desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gigantic camel in the middle of this desert that's just causing really bad sandstorms. So you go to the local village that held the chieftain, right?
Mm-hmm.
This chieftain tells you that, hey, we can actually go through this sandstorm. Small problem though, the way that we're supposed to get through it has been stolen by these Ganon worshippers. So I'm gonna need you to like go and kill every single person that's in their lair and retrieve it back to me. So you go to their lair, defeat every single Ganon loyalist there, including like their actual overall main like head honcho. Name is what's his name? Begins with a K. Whatever. I don't care. It's that he definitely is not important. See, now this is subtle foreshadowing. You defeat him, you retrieve it back, you go back there, and she's like, alright, let's go. And you take her trusty sand seals, because they exist for whatever reason, and you literally go like 50 miles an hour on these seals to catch up with the giant camel, because, you know, it's a giant fucking camel. It clears hundreds of feet in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, boogie.
So you do that, you climb on the camel's legs, and then you go through the camel, you know, rearranging all of its organs and guts, even though it's a mechanical beast, until you find the blight that's inside of it that's controlling it for evil purposes. Ooh. So you take care of this blight, which becomes like a quote-unquote boss. Well, not quote-unquote. It becomes the boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, the spirit of the champions from 100 years ago that was supposed to pilot these things ends up piloting them now. I didn't talk about them because they're technically not that important, but they're kind of important.
That Sky.
Anyways, there's 4 of them, right?
Yep.
So the next one that you go to, you go directly north of that. You go into the Great Mountains where all the bird people live. All the bird people are having really bad fucking winter problems because the giant bird that's above them is blowing down really cold fucking air and is also doing fucking B2 Iranian fucking bomb attacks
Oh, Jesus.
on them. So, you team up with the grandson of the champion of this eagle beast, right?
Mhm.
And you take on the eagle beast. So then, you know, this is where like your archery skills come in gameplay wise. You pretty much take down its force field through bomb arrows. And then you go inside of the eagle, rearrange all of its guts, and then you fight the blight, and then the spirit takes over, and yeah. The next one is in the southeast part of the map. You meet up with the champion's younger brother, because you meet with the champion's younger brother, who are the fish people, if you remember that from Linkus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. you meet up with him, and he's like, "Hey, we're having really bad fucking monsoon weather here. We're actually about to fucking drown in this, even though we're fish people. Can you like fucking help us out with this?" Say no more. So what you have to do now is you have to climb the top of the mountain to get a bunch of thunder arrows. To which then the shop is like, "All right, now that you have thunder arrows, let me sell you thunder arrows."
No.
It's fucking retarded. So then you climb on the back of the younger brother, who, mind you, is like 7, 8 feet tall. You climb on his back as you go to where this giant divine elephant beast is.
Yeah.
That's like in the middle of like a gigantic fucking crater lake. And you blast these thunder arrows into it so it stuns it, right? And it'll stop the monsoon season because it's spraying so much water into the atmosphere. So that happens. You go inside of it, rearrange its guts, take care of the blight. Then the previous champion, Spirit, comes alive and takes over the fucking divine beast. Problem solved. You then go to north of that to the gigantic volcano there, where you meet the rock people, if you remember that from Linkus 1, Linkus 2, and Linkus 3. Or Linkus 4? Whoever the fuck I said. You do kind of a similar thing as the last one. You meet up with the son of the previous champion. You climb up the mountain. He helps you get inside of the divine beast. Once you're inside the divine beast, you rearrange its guts, defeat the blight, and then the champion takes over. Once that happened, once all 4 of them are liberated, and the champions are all taking them over, all of them go to their special perch spots in their specific corners of the map, and then signal gigantic red laser beams onto the castle where Calamity Ganon is, still being held by a still alive Princess Zelda, because if you remember, I said that she was gonna stay back and try to hold off Calamity Ganon. So then you go to, you go to the castle and you take on Calamity Ganon. As soon as the boss fight starts, all the divine beasts immediately fire their lasers simultaneously at the gigantic abomination that is Calamity Ganon, cutting his health in half, right? You take care of the rest of it, right? The day is saved. It is over. Princess Zelda has been freed. Is what I would say if it wasn't for the fact that all of the hatred that was in Calamity Ganon ends up manifesting and creates this gigantic boar demon. So Zelda's like, "Here, take this." She gives you the light bow and light arrows. You take these light arrows and you shoot the fucking boar to death. Once the boar is shot to death, then the day is saved. And that is as far as I can tell you, because I've still not completed Tears of the Kingdom. Well, there you go. There is a very botched, very not good timeline of the Legend of Zelda. And mind you, I'm also skipping like 20 games here that are like spin-offs. Well, I consider them spin-offs, but they're not spin-offs, you know?
Yeah, no.
Spin-offs, but not spin-offs.
That's interesting.
How's it interesting?
I said so.
I don't believe you. Man's actually playing Rocket League. That's crazy.
You
Was asked to play Rocket League.
Well, whoever asked you can go jump in a hole.
You'd never guess who it was.
I'm gonna guess it was Chocolate Rain.
I was not sure if...
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Was it Osama bin Laden?
How did you know?
Wow, I'm so good at guessing. By the way, the secret you're talking about, Richard, you have a scat fetish. Is that what it is?
Oh.
No, that's gay.
Damn.
But the ooh. But the ooh. The ooh.
Definitely is.
Let me guess. All this time, circling behind all of our backs, you've actually had a girlfriend.
No. That's
Yep.
cringe.
Yep. I
What
got
lie
you
about
red
that?
fucking
Bro
handed.
is not a virgin.
I am.
Bro, it's not a virgin. That's crazy.
I would lie about that.
Bro, we knew it.
We knew it.
I told you if you get it right.
We just did.
Oh.
You didn't though.
Okay, would this be a secret that we would know about?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. I mean, like, I could have hinted at it before. I could have not. Like, I don't know.
Jeez,
You have a feet fetish or a foot fetish.
oh,
No. No.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's only Cyrus.
this
Yeah,
guy.
that's true.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
chat. Sorry, chat. But if you're like not into that, I'm sorry.
That's
But he'll
crazy.
DM you. He'll DM you about some
You'll
fun pics.
DM me. That's crazy.
If you chat, if you want moderator role, just DM Cyrus
Yeah, you
some
have to-
feet.
They have to be covered in maple syrup, though, because I'm Canadian.
You have to be
Mhm.
giving someone a
Of
sloppy foot job at a Denny's.
What?
No, I prefer
What?
the IHOP ones.
Oh, you prefer the I have
Yeah.
ones? Damn, bro.
They're more meaningful. My little brother is watching this right now.
Oh, womp womp. He has to grow up sometime.
Hilarious.
Sorry, that was insensitive.
Yo, you guys should switch call.
No, because honestly, I think I'm about to go to bed.
I will also be going to bed any minute.
That's valid.
Because I'm pretty fucking tired. I'm about to go grab myself a drink and go to bed.
Well,
Fuck.
I'm gonna
Am I supposed to do anything tomorrow?
switch calls then.
Alright, bye bye.
See you later, man. Why aren't you on the Rocket League yet? This guy, I've been talking. Andy's appearing offline in Discord.
Well,
Bro's appearing offline in Discord.
alright.
Can you not hear me? Hello? Bro has me muted.
Sorry.
Can you hear?
Bro.
This guy is just not talking. Brother. Why aren't you? You're gonna
There
make,
we go.
you're gonna make me mad.
I'll get off. I'm already mad. My PC has new blinking lights.
What?
I don't know. Fucking lights blinking on my PC. I'm gonna watch your hair real quick.
What? Multi-Chrome. Whoa. It's a sick decal.
I was gonna stay on earlier, but I saw you were with Nick, and I ain't trying to play with Nick.
Oh, he would not have switched calls.
Yeah. That's why I got off.
I figured as much.
Tristan got off early. Those fucks got off early, and then I saw that you were on Rocket League. Sharif wasn't on Rocket League. I'm like, shit. No thanks.
Yeah, Reef didn't get on today.
At all?
I haven't talked to Sharif today. I've been streaming for a little bit, like a little over an hour and a half. Doing some slime. I've already gotten all the way to the desert through Slime Rancher.
Slime Rancher, what?
One. Yeah.
Why'd that guy do that?
Slime Rancher 2 didn't have Steam achievements, so I didn't buy it.
It still doesn't have Steam achievements?
Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Oh, no achievements still. So we're getting caught. I have to put the glasses on. I need to get a face cam. I think it would help my viewer count.
Debatable.
I feel like people are more likely to crush on somebody who has a face cam.
And then I'm watching.
And I play video games, right?
It's fair. People who play Clash Royale and have fucking face cams piss me off.
True.
Especially when one of two things happen. One, it takes up some of the board, or two, they fucking make the game really small so their face can be very big.
The only person I think that does it right is Gaming with Molt.
I think Jinxie does it pretty good.
I think she does do it pretty decent, but Molt does it pretty well.
Pretty good.
Tired?
OJ does it well too.
Never watched him.
OJ's the GOAT.
Last time I heard he won his murder trial. Stopped the caring.
Don't even say that about my fucking OJ. I think Tristan's realizing he's not as good as he thinks he is at DPD.
Why?
I mean, he's not a good survivor. Maybe he's a fucking goated killer, but that survivor, he is cheeks. He isn't like cheeks, but like he ain't. You wouldn't be able to believe he has a lot of hours in the game.
Well, I feel like Killer is just an experience thing. Like, the more you play it, you're kind of destined to be good.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a good character.
But it just, we were playing scrims with Landon, Adrian, and his friend Keegan.
Yep.
And Tristan was on Survivor. He wasn't looping people like at all, and they aren't like experienced killers.
That's what you want.
Oh, actually, Landon is the only one who isn't really experienced, but he was struggling to loop them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't either, but I'm also not a good looper.
Okay, I'm playing shit today, dude. Holy fuck. Apparently, I've just been too busy ranching slimes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I missed.
Well, I don't think Tristan realized when I meant, like, I'm going for a light run today. I was not moving very fast what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Especially if that motherfucker made me wait 30 minutes longer.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully we're both up all night, so it doesn't matter. But
No, but still, it was kind of irritating. Oh fuck! Like, I only have to hit like 15 miles a week to be on track for season. I make most of that up in my soccer games, so.
I don't know, I can only do a mile a day. I mean,
Yeah.
I run 8 miles in a soccer game.
Oh, but I have 2 a
Not
week.
In your position.
I have 2 a week. I don't sub.
Still.
Get at least 3.
And again, you're training to play soccer, so you're not training to run a marathon.
Exactly. Like, I literally I'm training to play 15 minutes a half right now.
Bro, fucking achieve that.
Hmm?
Bro, achieve that shit. You could easily play 15 minutes a half.
Well, the issue with it's like, yeah, it's just a constant sprint, which I'm perfectly okay being able to move rapidly if I take a second to breathe.
Yeah.
Like you saw it today. I mean, literally, I was fine. Took off. All I need. Not one of those people who
Calves are too weak.
I can't pace myself for a long distance. It's just not. I just can't.
Next Saturday or Sunday, Tristan and I are gonna go to the track and run actual miles.
Go for it.
Should go with us.
Well, if it's a Sunday, I won't be doing that.
Or Saturday then, whatever day works.
Sunday, I have soccer.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, whatever works.
We just have to be late at night on a Saturday. Which,
Are we even allowed to?
no, that's the problem.
Why does that be late at night on a Saturday?
Well, it doesn't have to be late at night, but marching band's on there, and I have work till 7.
Oh.
Off.
Is he great passing me?
Hmm?
I think that man is great past me.
That's crazy. Oh, excuse me. Okay, you actually got the touch around me.
Damn.
Eesh.
Ain't cooking that ball.
No, but
It's like a little phantom hit to set you apart from the crowd. Oh.
what we want to see. You and Rocket and players right here.
Damn right.
Fucking hate this game. I missed the boost. I didn't need the boost.
See, I double tapped my own net to make it better. See this? Yeah.
I mean, it's nah, running the
I didn't
roads
miss.
is terrible.
I know.
I-
Like, you have to get so much more.
I
bent
hate
out of
it
shape.
so much.
Like, there's no way the prison's that hilly.
No, it's not, but it is stone. Fair. Like, W? That kind of like pavement.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Oh, the hills are what's really terrible, especially the downhills. Like, you go fly, you just go flying.
Yeah.
That right outside speed flip is so much harder. I worked with surprisingly.
I should just start left speed flipping in my downtime if I can figure it out. Like when I'm on my way back to boost, I usually right speed flip.
I left speed
Trying to get
flip.
boost and shit.
Oh no. Have to move. I sold the bag. Ah, dude.
I don't think I'll be playing Devour again.
Okay. I
It's
guess.
just boring as hell. Tristan doesn't want to play either.
Oh my goodness. I'm so bad. Tragic. Dude, my brother is in my stream. That man should not be awake right now.
Why? It's summer vacation and he's
Oh, I know. We're 15.
12. I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's been alone though. I'm like shocked he's awake.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro should get snoozing.
that's what I'm saying. It's gotta be so astronomically hot there right now. They don't have ACs in that house.
Don't believe in them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're the same way, like, oh, we have a pool, but you can't be swimming when you're sleeping.
Debatable. You can sleep because you won't be alive for long.
I would never not have an air conditioner ever again. That was just torture.
Like Katie always enjoyed it.
Yeah. I don't know. She doesn't have an AC at her house, so.
Bro, what?
Yep.
That family's wealthy though. Like, why don't they believe in AC? Do they not have windows there?
Well, they do. They were just like that the family was interesting. Very interesting. I mean, her dad's like genuinely believed he could take me on in like wrestling. A shot. That's tough.
Not nice enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like genuinely convinced he would beat me.
He's the father of daughters. He's gotta try.
I know, but it gets to a point. Like he was saying this like peak bulk.
It gets to a point.
I'm almost 200 pounds and I'm taller than you. Like, that's horrible.
Dude sent me flying, but I sent him flying.
And he didn't have anybody to center it. No.
Fine, I pumped him. Oh my god, that guy went flying.
Please give me
Nice
boost.
bag. Oh my god, let's hope he isn't trying to center this. His teammate just respawned. Oh my god, did I miss? I'm gonna... Oh, I'm not gonna forfeit, but... Oh!
It's tough.
How did I even get that much power on that?
It's impressive.
Okay.
I thought he was chefing something up. You gotta show him what's up.
Yeah, that was on target.
Yeah. Nice. Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna fucking clear that shit.
Okay. Oh.
Oh my god, fuck that guy. Oh god, fuck that guy.
God damn it.
Nice shot.
I'm literally playing like ass today. I'm surprised I didn't whiff.
I would have had some terms with.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's scuffed. Oh, I can't speak full off in this because I am a fucking wonky.
Imagine. Okay. Oh, I tried to bump him.
And then he gets that boost. No chance. Oh my fucking power shot.
I don't.
Oh my god, how did they not save that?
I
How
don't.
did they not clear that? The dude was sitting in that.
I really don't know.
Bro, I want that shit like top bins.
Got it bottom.
That thing went.
I got it bottom then. That works. I'm gonna leave it for you. Oh shit. Good. Just look at that guy.
Oh.
That would've been nice. I'm terrible. Oh fuck.
I'm worse, don't you worry. Oh my god. I can't believe that fucking worked. Why didn't you let the teammate have it?
Don't know.
That wasn't much of a clear. So that was enough to make me shit my pants twice.
Oh, he got me. Look his ass, nice. Oh my god. All this Himalayan salt, bro. We're literally him laying the pipe and leaving him salty.
That's crazy.
That was bars.
That's crazy. Oh, that was bars.
I would never think of something clever like that again.
Sounds like Tristan said it.
I actually made that one up.
Made it up like Tristan's deck made it up, or made it up?
No, I actually just thought of that. I went down 9. Just terrible.
Caitlin Bayette has a new Instagram account. Through.caitlins.eyes for photography.
Gonna be a lot of food. Shit was a joke.
I don't know if it was a joke. Jokes have, it's kind of too factual to be a joke. Oh, I'm peeking! Okay. Oh, I can't.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Bro, I go gnarly on that.
Good facts.
I missed the boost. I missed it twice.
Close.
Oh my god, I can't believe I got that little flick on that.
Point. Nice shot. Oh.
Oh,
I could have scored. Oh my days. I did think his teammate was going to be useful.
just go. Throw it down. Kind of mad my shot didn't go in. That was
Oh, for real, that was nice.
leeches. Oh, the second touch! My bad. This dude got a lot more touchy touch than I thought he was gonna touch.
That's good. God, I thought I could get there. If only I could perfectly two-wheel drift.
Oh, that fucking.
He's
Didn't give enough height.
probably fun. Oh, oh.
My bad. I didn't realize that guy was right there. I'm throwing this round.
If we look at points,
What a forfeit my Rocket League fucking install.
missing. Please tell me I didn't. Thank God.
Bro, nice demo that shit. Nice fucking bump that shit. Fuck this guy.
I actually just got assaulted. Surprised the 3 thanks didn't pop out.
Only one, wow. Kind of a letdown.
For real. I think he might actually have been disappointed.
And we are comeback season, baby.
Are we pickleballing it up tomorrow?
I'm down.
Okay.
I don't know it works though.
Oh shit. I didn't know if you had texted him or not.
I kind of forgot to.
'Cause I gotta. Bro, my game's in Lisbon at 6:30.
We're just in. Okay, let's save it.
Just snag the fuck.
Oh my god, I
way.
shot at his car.
Doesn't matter. He did not enjoy that touch.
Immediately stopped in front of his net. He also probably didn't expect me to send her ground pounding at his car.
His teammate was getting some airtime. Oh, thank God.
Nice shot, bozo.
I went far side. my gosh.
Going for boost.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck. We waited so long. Never like jumped with it.
No.
I figured he was gonna flick it eventually and he never did.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Man.
Can't believe that shot went in. I hit that shit so weak on accident. And this dude just did one of these.
Oh, wow. Thank God you didn't hit it hard.
Yeah, dude, that dude was cooking.
He was ready for a steamer. I thought I just made a one goal. That would have been beautiful.
Demoed me.
I did have hit it. Okay.
Bro, I can't fucking hit the ball with this guy. He never fucking hits it normally. Always does some stupid shit.
Lucky.
Like, what is that? No, look at this! What is that?
Those poor parents.
Alright, after that, after the kickoff.
Well, and after the
Both
kickoff.
that
No,
shit. Both that shit. Okay, now what is that touch? How? I
dominant.
hate that fucking guy.
Dominant.
Yeah, he really did.
Dude, I want that Fire God multi-chrome. It's so cool.
Bro acts like he doesn't literally have it.
Oh, true. No. I look it up. Yeah. Oh my beautiful call out. That guy just see I have it on. Oh, that's sick. Mildly distracting. Oh fuck. Alright, dude. Holy 2016 edit decal, bro.
Fuck that guy, small pads. Bro, it's not him. Oh!
And he kills me.
Yeah. Clip that, bitch. Oh my god, Cyrus. Oh, I'm clipping that. How do I clip? How do I clip? Cyrus, how do I clip? Cyrus, how do I clip? I lag.
Hold your
Cyrus, I
middle
promise
mouse
you I
button.
lag.
Hold your middle button.
I don't have a middle button.
What? You don't have a clip button on your controller?
Oh, wait. I don't know if that works though. Like, I'm not an Xbox app. Oh my god, Cyrus, I lagged. I promise you I lagged. Oh my god, it doesn't clip, it records.
Terrible.
Replay is getting saved.
It's not gonna show it in the replay.
Oh shit, you're right.
I'll believe it for now.
Oh my god, I was lagging. My car literally jerked to the right when I shot. Stop recording! This guy almost just made me call him father.
Oh, hello. No.
It's clear, bozo. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're lucky I'm not petty like Nick, and I'm not gonna go clip that in my Twitch stream and send it to every person I know. I'm just gonna clip it and then airdrop it in in the airport. What the game?
Good enough Rocket League for me. You have yourself a good night.
Can be done within a decade.
That's crazy.
Dude, the fact that you're just getting fucking absolutely.
Did you see him rage
Yes,
quit,
dude.
bro?
Yes, dude, I did. I didn't have the audio on, but I saw that shit. I'm like, wow.
Bro got assaulted.
Hella assaulted.
You like my decal?
Oh, it's something alright.
It's a decal.
A flamboyant. Run some random twos. Before I slumber.
And one last thing, Richard. One last thing. Is
Okay.
this part of the Texas experience?
I wouldn't say so. You don't need to be in
Okay.
Texas for it.
Okay.
Richard owns a gun.
I think I know my answer.
Dude is gonna be so off.
I am gonna be so fucking close that Richard is gonna throw me so many red herrings.
Sure, yeah. That's what we'll go with.
Anyways, I'm going to bed. It's 1 o'clock, and
Yeah.
I'm fucking exhausted.
So you gonna message me what you think it is, or
Oh no, where's the fun in that? I'm gonna make it more suspenseful. You're gonna have to wait until tomorrow for my answer.
fine by me?
Yeah, make it more suspenseful. Make you really sweat in your booties.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, it's gonna make you sweat. Because I'm not even. It's not gonna be just the first part, but it's
It's
also
hot
the
in
second
here.
part. It's not gonna be just the first part. It's also gonna be the second part.
I can't wait till you're literally so far.
I'm gonna be so fucking
You're
close
gonna be
that
so
you're
far
actually.
off.
I'm gonna be so fucking close that you're actually gonna be shaking.
Does Cyrus
You're
have a
like, "How?"
final guess? Does Cyrus have a final guess? Because I'm also gonna get off in a minute. Does Cyrus have an extremely interesting final guess?
Bro owns a piece of land in fucking Texas and just hasn't told us
I
yet.
already asked him that. He said no.
Yeah, you missed a lot of questions. And
Yeah,
he was
you missed
asking
a
away.
lot. I was asking away, dude. I was going brah 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 brah.
And he hasn't gotten too close.
Good stream. Didn't just rage quit a Rocket League game.